Nigerians most often times they don't like experiencing other food outside. Sorry to say that.
Yeah.
In a sense that in the area that I stayed, there are other women preparing their local food, like Ghanaian women having their kenke, their wache, their white and rice and cook.
Yeah.
So most of the time, for them to adjust to our food is very difficult. For example, their pepper soup is not as colorful as as the Ghanaian's pepper soup is.
DJ Paco Rich.
So, let's talk about, you were more into the eatery space and all that. You being a Ghanaian, going there, how long did it take you to get to know, familiar with their food and, you know, enjoy them and even know how to cook? Because you were doing an eatery business there, so practically you might learn how to cook a lot of Nigerian dishes. Who taught you how to prepare Nigerian dishes?
First of all, my big thanks goes to all my church members in Nigeria, whom I've been so closer to.
Yeah.
And secondly, my big thanks goes to Mrs. Efidei, Dr. Mrs. Efidei, as a neighbor as at that time. As at that time, when I just came down to Nigeria, I was so close, we're a neighbor. So she was the one, you know, trying to, Mama Ghana, can you taste this? Come and have a taste of this. They were all lovely people in the neighborhood. And secondly, I do visit all my church members in the house, in their houses, whereby I don't just feel like being a boss madam or being a madam boss.
Yeah.
Most often I do enter into their kitchen, help them with kitchen skills, wash plates. So most often when they are cooking, they will say, come and see the way I'm doing it. Come and see the way it is. Come and see the way it is. This is how to do it. So mostly I have two sisters as at that time. I do call one of them my junior sister and one of them my senior sister. The other one, that's Mama Peace and Mama Olivet. Most often they'll say, Ghana, come and see this one. Ghana, how it say they do. And so those were the areas I do quickly learn from them. And their market is also a part of a great, you know, help. Whereby when you go to the market, even though if you don't know how to do it, I wanted to prepare this. For example, a customer, I want to prepare pepper soup. What items do you need? Say, try this, try that. By the time you are trying both of them, you will be the one that will, you know, subtract and add the things that you may be able to add for you to have your own experience with it. So those were the areas that quickly give me the right catch-up for the things, for the experiences of the food and other things which I had with them. Thank you.
Beautiful. Did you also introduce some Ghanaian dishes to them when you were there? Like some Ghanaian food? Did you prepare some Ghanaian food to the Nigerians there and then they tend to love it?
Actually, Nigerians most often times they don't like experiencing other food outside. Sorry to say that.
Yeah.
In a sense that in the area that I stayed, there are other women preparing their local food, like Ghanaian women having their kenke, their wache, their white and rice and cook.
Yeah.
So most of the time, for them to adjust to our food is very difficult. For example, their pepper soup is not as colorful as as the Ghanaian's pepper soup is. So also often the few of them that do visit me in the house as at that time, when I prepare it, they will be like, how can you cut a fufu with a light soup that will be drawing a whole map on your hand? Whereas their soup is so much thick that you have to just pick the food and dip it and eat. So that's the experience with them. But most of them who are closer to you, they will love the Ghanaian food. So in such aspect, I didn't even venture into, you know, being a Ghanaian cooking aspect. I combined all of them together. Whereby if somebody needs the experience of a Ghanaian food, I give it to the person, or a group of people, I give it to them with my own experience, and at the same time add the Nigerian experience of cooking together. That's the only, you know, how will I put it? That's the major reason why you can't just go to Ghana and Nigerians and say you want to open a fufu bar. You can't do it. And secondly, their cassava is not as easy as a Ghanaian cassava.
Oh, I see.
Their cassava is based on mori or banku cooking. So they only have some other, you know, delicacies they normally use that cassava for.
Yeah.
So you cannot just go thinking that you are going to open a fufu bar. You can't, because the cassava will not be as soft as our own is, unless you want to go into yam, pounded yam or yam fufu. So that is the reason why I just quickly changed my mind and I don't want to go into that. Although there are some people who venture into it, but they actually don't get the good result as a good Ghanaian food over there. Thank you.
All right. So I'm sure you are all learning different types of culture from both Ghana and Nigeria when it comes to all these beautiful, traditions, and when it comes to even our food. There are a lot of things that we have in common. There is this two food that it's always generates arguments and conversation. Fufu in Ghana and fufu in Nigeria. Most people think that, most Nigerians think like, oh, when they mention fufu, they feel like when they come to Ghana, they will have the same fufu. And Ghanaians also feel like when they mention fufu in Nigeria, when they go there, they will have the same fufu. What is the difference between Ghana fufu and Nigeria fufu?
The major difference between Ghana fufu and Nigeria fufu is this. Ghana fufu is a method of cooking it whereby it have to be this drawling between it.
Yeah.
So soft, so tender, and so drawling whereby if you cut it, sometimes it might be as equal to a cooking of a starch.
Okay.
That's this. For example, like the way they normally cook kogonte.
Yeah.
It's as equal as kogonte. That's our Ghanaian fufu.
Yeah.
When you come to Nigeria's fufu, it's as equal as emutuo.
Oh, I see.
The texture have to be as equal as emutuo. Even if be it cold, it have to have the texture of emutuo. Because what I believe and what I experienced was because based on the soup and the way they normally eat it. For example, if you want to eat fufu, you can either eat it with black soup, with melon soup, ogbolo soup, or other Nigerian delicacy soup, which have the taste, which was so thick. Their soup is always thick, whereby our Ghanaian soup, many of them like banga, I think they normally call banga as banga is the dechi.
Okay.
The dechi, how do they call it?
Abenkwai.
Abenkwai. So it's as equal as abenkwai. So the abenkwai is always thick. So you can't just imagine that you are going to Nigeria taking a abenkwai as light as Nigerians will be. So depending on the soup, their soup is always so thick. Their ogbolo soup is made of, how do they call, African mango.
Oh, I see.
I don't know how they call it in tree. It's African mango, the seed. So that seed is also have its own texture like okra. It's always seedless. So most of the time they go with such a soup. So when you are cutting it, so you cannot just imagine that you are taking a Ghanaian soup into eating with a Nigerian fufu. And you can't take a Nigerian fufu eating with your Ghanaian this is. So there is difference, a little bit different between their fufu and our own. But when you get, when you are used to it or you get closer to, you have a taste of it, you will love both of their fufu, both Ghanaian fufu and Nigerian fufu.
Well, education well taught by the professional cook herself. She's educated us on the difference between Ghana fufu and Nigeria fufu. We'll talk about another food. But in the meantime, I'm still telling you that if you really want to have fun here in Ghana, especially Accra, there is this beautiful place that I'm going to recommend to you. We call this place Afri Gardens. And when we say Afri Gardens, it is where Africans gather and they enjoy. So be it Togolese, Nigerian, Sierra Leone, Liberia, if you really, really want to find what makes you happy in Ghana, you need to be at Afri Gardens. You have all your favorite drinks. Nigerians, I know you love Alomo Bitters. When you come to Afri Gardens, Alomo Bitters is as much as you want, and it tastes so good. So that's the commercial information I'm going to put it across. But the last food we are going to talk about, it always creates fights. And currently there is a cookathon going on in Tamale, and still that argument is on. Ghana jollof and Nigeria jollof. I'm not going to ask which one tastes better, but what is the difference in the preparation of Nigerian jollof and Ghana jollof? That it always comes with some arguments.
Arguments all the time. Well, on my part of experiencing the Ghana jollof and Ghana fried rice, is it jollof or fried rice?
Ghana jollof.
Ghana jollof. I think they are talking of fried rice.
No, mostly the argument is about Ghana jollof and Nigeria jollof.
Okay.
I mean, jollof is the red one, right?
Yes.
Orange one.
Yes. The red one.
Yes.
The Nigerian's own is the orange one.
But I mean.
Okay, when you are talking about the jollof rice,
Yeah.
the major thing about the jollof rice is the rice.
Yeah.
The rice give you what you want. With my experience with the Nigerian rice, Nigerian rices, they have this hard texture whereby you have to parboil it, remove the starch from it before you can be able to get whatever the ever. You may not choose to parboil it to remove the starch based on your own experience or whatever you want, or based on the diet that you are being, taking. But when you come to Ghanaian's rice, it's always so much starch. And when they are cooking it, with my own experience, I don't think someone can cook a half bag of rice in a 35 liters of pot at once. But when it comes to Nigerian rice, you can cook half a bag at a time. But I don't think that we can achieve that because of the textures in the difference between the rice. That's what I observe. And two, there are different methods of ways to achieve a good texture of rice, be it jollof or whatever. I think the argument between, I think that they were talking of fried rice. The fried rice, mostly I want to talk about is this. I want to emphasize on the fried rice and give a correction about that is that the fried rice, a Ghanaian fried rice, have a brown color, whereby a Nigerian fried rice has a lemon color. It has its own ingredients for such. What I believe is there are some types of curry who have the good, the good texture for a Nigerian fried rice to come out. For example, if you are able to get a lasso seasoning for curry, lasso, I'm promoting lasso because I've experienced a whole lot of lasso and all the lasso products was so good. So lasso products about fried rice in Nigeria is very good. It will give you the right color. But when it comes to the Ghanaian fried rice, Ghanaian fried rice have to give the upload to all the, what do they call it, dark soy sauce. The dark soy sauce is what give the brown color to the Ghanaian fried rice. Because as at that time, I don't have experience of it. When I got to know, I attended a seminary with Chef Fatima.
Yeah.
Chef Fatima and Chef Z. Thank you for the experience I had. So when I got to the training, they gave us, they call it a brown rice. Yeah. I have the experience with the brown rice in the training. So when I came down to Ghana, I was like, what is fried? How do they cook fried rice? So when they brought the rice, I was like, this is the experience I had in Chef Fatima's training, which is called brown rice, and at the same time being called in Ghana fried rice. So the fried rice in Ghana is being used, it has to be mixed with dark soy sauce, whereby there are other, some ingredients that give you the lemon color about the fried rice in Nigeria. So the only difference is the color. All your ingredients, all your stock water, whatever is all as the same. All the veggies is the same veggies you get to make, the Ghanaian fried rice and the Nigerian fried rice. Thank you about that.
All right, so guys, you that keep on arguing about that, take some lessons and put it into practice and let's see what happens. We are going to wrap up, and then so we are going to take your final message to people who are watching you out there about how we should love ourselves as Ghanaians and Nigerians. I personally don't encourage the hatred between us. We should love ourselves because there are many times that you find Ghanaians at the Nigerian point, and there are times that you find Nigerians at the Ghanaian point. And so it is only love that can bring us together. I don't know the short message that you have for them, but the floor is yours. You can
the short message about the love between Ghana and Nigeria is this. it's not ought to be only about Nigeria and Ghanaians. It should be the Africans. Africa make whoever, every continent in the world. And I love Africa. And the message I have for them is right from the border, right from the immigration. If a Ghanaian, or be it a Ghanaian or any other, be it Togolese, be it from Cotonou, be it Port Novo, be it Nigeria, you love your brother, your half-brother out there. The immigration have to do something about it. Despite that they are be doing their job, they should also have that love for we that have been going off and on the border.
Yeah.
So whoever found itself or him or herself in other parts should also have the mind that let me create an avenue of love, be it in Nigeria I am, or be it a Ghanaian I am. Do your best, don't do the otherwise, do whatever you love doing. And by the time you love whatever you are doing, love the people, have the good mindset, you'll be so much comfortable more than who I was in Nigeria. So that's the little message I have.
All right. So message well sent down there to both the cities, Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, just name it, Katina and all that, down to Accra, Cape Coast, Kumasi, Takoradi, everywhere. So wherever you are watching, this is something we should all emulate and learn from it. That love leads, we should all become good people and become ambassadors of love and peace. My name is DJ Parker Rich, aka Mazi, and I did this with my sister right here. I call her half Ghana, half Nigerian. Her name is Mama G, aka Mama Ghana, but right here we call her Sister Rose.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful having this great interview with you, and I'm sure people will love you more. She is a professional cook, and so if you have any gig for her, I mean you have some business for her, you can contact her. Once you get through me, I would send a message across. She's open for every business in that area, and trust me, she's a very good cook, very good cook, and she understands both the Ghanaian recipe and the Nigerian recipe. You understand? So see you on the other side. Let me know what you think. Your comments are welcome. Let it be very respectful. Do not attack anybody or insult anybody in the comment section. I love you all. Thank you for watching. And I'm out of here. We did this at Afri Gardens right here in Dansum. And I'm going to put their phone numbers down there in case you want to come have fun here. And the cameras are being controlled by my man Elijah right behind it. And so it's a wrap for the day. Thank you all for watching. We are out. Bye-bye.
DJ Paco Rich.